So do I also have to join this class or it's
Uh,
for
it's not yet revision time for you,
can I
so I leave that to you. है ना?
okay sir. And sir in
So
evening also I'm not having any class now because it's about environment and all.
it's about environment. Yeah,
Okay sir. Thank you sir.
yeah, most welcome. So good afternoon, all of you, and welcome all to this live session by Pathfinder for me. And if you can hear me, those of you who are on YouTube, if you can hear me, just give me an indication that you all can hear me. If I am audible to you all, just give me an indication that I am audible. If I am audible, just give me an indication that I am audible to you all. Am I audible? Those of you who are viewing me on YouTube, yeah. So originally I had planned, yeah, good afternoon, Akanksha. Originally I had planned this session to be a full-fledged session for IPMAT higher maths. I'll try my best to cover everything, but I have kept an upper time limit of 3 hours. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover everything that I can in 3 hours. This session is going to be 3 hour long, and whatever we can cover in 3 hours, we will cover, and whatever is left, we will cover that, in another session, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, which we will plan and come back to you. We'll make that announcement on the YouTube channel. So with this thing in mind, let us get started straight away because time is at a premium. Yeah. And if you are an IPMAT 2023 aspirant, you could, there are new fresh batches are starting on 11th and 25th of July. So you have live doubt classes, recorded videos, ebooks, mock tests, everything that you need, and the CUET preparation is included as a part of your IPMAT preparation for 2023. CUET preparation is included. You can subscribe to our channel, Pathfinder for Me, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mend Your Maths, if you're looking for some inputs on maths. If you need any information, please do WhatsApp us on these numbers: 93439 21347 95222 92468. So these are the official numbers. For any information, you can contact these numbers on WhatsApp and you will receive an information. This is for those of you who are watching us on YouTube right now. So we'll start with algebra, and let me take you to the first question of algebra. But before that, quadratic equation, let us quickly review the general form of quadratic equation: ax square plus bx plus c. A, b, and c, sorry, a and b are coefficients, and c is a constant. Quadratic equation for your purpose has two roots, equal or unequal. We are not talking about the complex roots. We are only talking about real roots. And the roots can be obtained by minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac. The roots are mostly called as alpha and gamma. The expression b square minus 4ac is the discriminant, is also called the discriminant. The nature of roots is decided on the basis of the discriminant. So alpha beta are roots of the equation. Then the sum of the roots alpha plus beta is minus b by a. The product of the roots alpha into beta is c by a. And the mod of alpha minus beta is under root of d upon mod of a, where d is the discriminant. So since this is a revision, I will not spend a lot of time on this. If you have not written it, you can take a screenshot of this. This will be a quick review for you. If alpha and beta are roots of the equation, then the equation can be written as x minus alpha into x minus beta is equal to 0, or x square minus sum of the roots into x plus product of the roots, which is equal to 0. Nature of roots: b square minus 4ac is greater than or equal to 0. Roots are real and unequal. b square minus 4ac less than equal to 0, roots are imaginary. B square minus 4ac equal to 0, roots are real, rational, and equal. B square minus 4ac is a perfect square, then roots are real, rational, and unequal. B square minus 4ac is not a perfect square, then the roots are real, irrational, and unequal, and conjugates of each other. That means if one root is a plus root b, the other root will be a minus root b. Or if one root is root a plus root b, the other root will be root a minus root b. And as I told you, if ABC are real, imaginary roots occur in conjugate pairs, x plus iy and x minus iy. And similarly, irrational roots also appear or occur in conjugate pair x plus under root of plus minus under root of y. So let us start with the first question. I will give you maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds. I will not give you a lot of time to solve the question. 30, 40 seconds max is what I will give you. So just let me pull out the stopwatch here. Try. For those of you here who are here for the first time, भैया एक लाइक ठोक दो अगर अच्छा लग रहा है तो. This is going to be a wonderful, fantastic revision session for anybody aspiring for IPMAT 2022. This revision aims at revising all the higher mat topics. We have an upper limit of 3 hours today. So आज उतना ही cover करूंगा जितना 3 घंटे में हो पाएगा meaningfully. But it will be a complete revision, comprehensive revision for the entire higher maths portion. Okay, so we know that if I have the values of alpha square and beta square, I'll easily be able to write down the equation as x square minus the sum of roots alpha square plus beta square into x plus alpha square beta square. So if you know identities, we all know that alpha plus beta whole square is alpha square plus beta square plus 2 alpha beta. So which means alpha square plus beta square is equal to alpha plus beta whole square minus 2 times alpha beta. ये one shot है, single shot है. I will not spend a lot of time, but one thing is sure, we'll revise everything from the basics. So what happens? Now from this equation, I know that sum of roots is minus b by a. Minus b by a is minus of minus 3 by 2, that is 3 by 2. And the product of roots alpha into beta is 2 upon 2, that is 1. So what happens now? Alpha square plus beta square is alpha plus beta whole square, and your alpha plus beta is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 whole square minus 2 times 1, so 2. So basically 9 by 4 minus 2, so which is 1 by 4. So alpha square plus beta square you get as 1 by 4. And what about alpha square beta square? This is nothing but square of alpha beta. So now I have all the values. X square minus 1 by 4 into x plus 1 square is equal to 0. This will give me an equation. So if I simplify this, I'll get 4x square minus x plus 4 is equal to 0 as my answer. Hope all of you are clear on this. Let us go to the next question. Here is the next question. Determine the value of k, for which again, I don't want to give you a lot of time. 1 minute, start. See, basically, when will the roots be equal? Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. The roots are equal. There is only one condition: b square minus 4ac must be equal to 0. And what is that? B is 2k, so 2k whole square, minus 4 into a is 9 and c is 4. So 4 into 9 into 4, this must be equal to 0. So 4k square is equal to 144. So k is equal to plus minus 6. I hope you all have understood this. Let's go to the next question, please. Okay, answer this one. Just one moment. Let me pull up the. Yeah, 1 minute to solve this. I won't give you a lot of time to solve. We will cover only as much as is feasible meaningfully in the available time with us. And after every 1 hour, I'll give you a 5-minute break. Okay. So two candidates attempt to solve a quadratic equation of the form x square plus bx plus q is equal to 0. One starts with a wrong value of p and gets the roots as 2 and 6, while the other starts with the wrong value of q and gets the value as 2 and minus 9. Now see, x square plus bx plus q is equal to 0. Now, if you get this value wrong, obviously the sum of roots alpha beta, which depends on b and a minus p. So if you get the value of p wrong, you are going to get the sum wrong. Sum will be wrong. And if you get the value of q wrong, then you are going to get the product wrong. Product will be wrong. So which means if you get the value of p wrong, he gets the root as 2 and 6. Correct? So if you take the roots as 2 and 6, if you take the roots as 2 and 6, the sum is wrong, but the product is not wrong. Understood? Because when you take the roots as 2 and 6, only the value of p is incorrect. So the value of q will be correct. So from this reasoning, q must be equal to 12. And when you get the value of q wrong, the roots are 2 and minus 9, which means when you take the values as 2 and minus 9, the value of p is correct. So which means alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus p, is equal to 2 plus minus 9 or minus 7. So the sum of the roots is minus 7. Right? And what is my formula? X square minus sum of roots multiplied by x plus product of roots is equal to 0. So x square minus of minus 7 will give me plus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0 as the sum of the roots. I hope this part is very, very clear. Next question. Okay, now this is a good question. I want all of you to try this question. I'll give you 2 minutes to solve. Yeah, good afternoon, Rashmik, Subodh, Akanksha, Arti. Good afternoon. और भी अगर ये अच्छा लग रहा है तो लाइक ठोक दो. Lavanya and Kashish, are you able to solve or not?
Yes, sir.
Kashish, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So there are two ways of solving this question, and it depends on what this question, what such a question appears. If there are options available, probably, or if options are available, then probably you can do some substitutions and try out the answers. But in this particular case, since you have cube root of x plus 1, which is equal to square root of x minus 3, what I can do is I can take the square of this, I can take the cube of this, and I can also take the cube of this. Will it solve my problem? No, it will not solve my problem, because if I take the cube, this will come out as x plus 1, but this will not come out as x minus 3. So I have to take a power. Since this is cube root and this is square root, I have to take a power that is LCM of 2, 3. So I will have to raise it to the 6th power, both of them. So what happens when I raise both of them to the 6th power? So cube root of x plus 1 to the power of 6 must be equal to square root of x minus 3 to the power of 6. So on the left hand side, I will have x plus 1 square. On the right hand side, I will have x minus 3 whole cube. Now, all it requires is to solve. On the left hand side, I'll have x square plus 2x plus 1. On the right hand side, I have x cube, a cube minus b cube minus 2ab into a minus b. So minus 27 b cube minus 2ab. So sorry, minus 3ab. So minus 9x into x minus 3. Correct? And what do you get? X cube minus x square minus 2x minus 1 minus 27 minus 9x square and plus 27x is equal to 0, or x cube minus x square minus 9x square should give me minus 10x square minus 2x and plus 27x should give me plus 25x. Correct? And minus 21 minus 27 should give me is equal to 0. Now remember, an equation which is in this form, if there are any rational roots, then the rational roots must be factors of 28. What are the factors of 28? 1, 2, 4, 7, 14, and 28. All of them plus minus. So it is plus minus 1, plus minus 2, plus minus 4, plus minus 7, plus minus 14, plus minus 28. We use the rational root theorem in arriving at this information. So what we are required to do is, there are several ways in which we can solve this polynomial equation, but using the rational root theorem, I am able to arrive at x minus 7 as one of the roots. How do I know? If I put x is equal to 7, so I'll get 7 cube 10 into 7 square plus 25 into 7 and minus 28. And I have to see whether this is equal to 0. So 343 minus 490 plus 175 minus 28. And you will see that this is exactly equal to 0. So 7 is one of the roots. Can we have any other root here? Can we have any other root? Number of solutions. Now, mind you, the solution must be put in the original equation. Whenever you obtain a solution, you will obtain a solution. For example, you divide this equation x cube minus 10x square plus 25x minus 28 by x minus 7. You will obtain another quadratic equation, which will give you two more roots. So you will have to substitute all the roots in the original equation. Remember, एक बात ध्यान रखना, जब रूट्स निकलते हैं ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन से, देखो हमने यहाँ पे 6th पावर लिया तो ये ट्रांसफॉर्म किया हमने इक्वेशन, करेक्ट? सो जब रूट्स ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन से निकलते हैं तो फाइनली जो रूट ऑब्टेन होते हैं उनको ओरिजिनल इक्वेशन में पुट करके जरूर देखना चाहिए. तो आप देखोगे x इज इक्वल टू 7 एकमात्र ऐसा रूट होगा जो इसको सेटिस्फाई करेगा, बाकी और कोई रूट सेटिस्फाई नहीं करेगा, इसीलिए हमारा आंसर आ जाएगा 1 और कुछ नहीं. What the idea? Let us move to the next one. Okay, this is interesting. इसको सॉल्व करो. देखो ये नंबर ऑफ सॉल्यूशंस वाले बहुत कॉमन क्वेश्चन है. और ये सारे के सारे मैंने आई हैव टेकन देम टू बी इंटीजर टाइप क्वेश्चंस, बट सच क्वेश्चंस कुड आल्सो अपीयर एज एमसीक्यू टाइप्स. All right. So anybody who solved the question? I doubt anybody किसी ने solve किया है. Okay. Anyways, अब देखो यहाँ पे can we take 6 to the power x as common? I can take 6 to the power x common from the left hand side. The first term will become 1. The second term will become 6 to the power 1 or 6. Similarly, on the right hand side, I can take 2 to the power x as common. So first term becomes 1. The second term becomes 2. And the third term becomes 2 square. If I simplify, I am going to get 6 to the power x multiplied by 7 and 2 to the power x multiplied by 7. 7 cancel. So 6 to the power x is equal to 2 to the power x. This is equal if and only if x is equal to 0. I know that because 6 to the power 0 will also be 1 and 2 to the power 0 will also be 1. So there is only one value of x for which this equation will be satisfied, correct? So what's your answer? Your answer should be 1. Next question. Okay, now this is interesting. Let's see if you can solve this one. It's a functional equation, and let me give you such questions have appeared in IPMAT exam in the past few years. So we are only taking questions which are similar to or which are of the same level in LOD to the questions which have appeared as either an integer question or otherwise in the IPMAT exam. आपको मैंने 1 मिनट दिया है, नहीं आएगा तो आई एम हियर टू हेल्प यू, आई एम हियर टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. Anyone who solved this equation? किसी ने सॉल्व किया है? चलो, तो हमें दो इक्वेशन दिए. These are functional equations, and those of you who are new to functional equation, fx is nothing but a function of x. It could be any equation which contains the variable x. It could be x square plus 2x plus 3. It could also be sine of x. So fx only represents some function of x which we don't know. But there are two equations given for this function, and we have to solve for f1 by 3 on the basis of this. What I do is I take a equation A is fx plus f of 1 by x is equal to 1. Now if I put x is equal to 1, देखो इस तरह के इक्वेशन में क्या करना चाहिए, पहले x is equal to 0 या x is equal to 1 पुट करो. अब यहाँ पे मैं x is equal to 0 पुट नहीं कर सकता था क्योंकि दूसरा वाला f of 1 by x है. तो यहाँ पे x is equal to 0 पुट किया तो ये इन्फिनिटी आ जाएगा, which is not measurable, right? तो इसीलिए मैंने fx x is equal to 1 पुट किया. इसका मतलब wherever I have x, I will write 1 instead. So f1 plus f of 1 by 1 is another f1 is equal to 1. So which means 2 times f1 is equal to 1, or function of 1 is 1 by 2. f1 is 1 by 2. This is what I get. The second information that I will get here is I know that f1 is 1 by 2. So f1 upon 1 is also 1 by 2 because f1 plus f1 by 2, f1 by 1 is equal to 1. अब मैं क्या करता हूं, यहां पे x is equal to 1 put करता हूं. So what will I get? In B, if I put x is equal to 1, that means in this equation, if I put x is equal to 1, what do? I put x is equal to 1. अब क्या होगा, यहां पे हो जाएगा f1 plus 2x. So 1 plus 2 into 1, 3. So f of 3 हो गया. और राइट हैंड साइड में क्या हो गया, हाफ ऑफ x तो 1 है, तो राइट साइड में हाफ ऑफ f1 हो जाएगा. और f1 की वैल्यू मैं निकाल चुका हूं, कितनी है, 1 by 2. So f3 is half of 1 by 2, which is 1 by 4, right? So what have I got now? I have got the value of f3 as 1 by 4. Now I have this equation, the first equation, fx plus f1 by x is equal to 1. So if I put x is equal to 3, I will say f3 plus f1 by 3 is equal to 1. And what is f3? 1 by 4. So if I put 1 by 4 plus f of 1 by 3 is equal to 1. So f of 1 by 3 is 1 minus 1 by 4. That should be 3 by 4. Not this, but 3 by 4. The value of f1 by 3 is 3 by 4. I hope all of you have understood this. Have you all understood? Please give me a thumbs up if you understood this. मुझे एक thumbs up दे दो अगर ये समझ में आया है तो. Next question. अब ये भी वैसा ही क्वेश्चन है, try to solve. इक्वेशन ये मत करो, पहले ये वाला करो. Solve this one first. I'm sorry, please solve this one first. So those of you who are here for the first time on YouTube, so this is a live for higher math revision, especially for IPMAT of IIM Indore. So if you're inclined to study for, if you're going to write IPMAT IIM Indore on 2nd of next month, this will be very useful for you. Okay, I guess, I don't see any movement happening. To solve such functional equation, now see, suppose you get an equation a1x plus b1y is equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. Can you solve these two equations? I'm sure all of you can solve this equation, right? बहुत आसान होते हैं इक्वेशन सॉल्व करना. अब देखो, ये तो बेसिक साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशन है ना? तो यहाँ पे मुझे एक ही इक्वेशन दी है, but I don't have a function of x because to find f20 I need to know what is the function, और वो मुझे दिया नहीं. तो मुझे क्या करना पड़ेगा? मुझे थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे एक एडजस्टमेंट लगाना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा सा जुगाड़ लगाना पड़ेगा मुझे. और क्या जुगाड़ है यहाँ पे? मैं x की जगह 1/x रख देता हूँ. जहां जहां x है वहां वहां इस इक्वेशन में 1/x रख देता हूँ. सो 2 टाइम्स f of x है, पर x की जगह मुझे क्या रखना है? 1/x प्लस, सॉरी, नॉट 1/x, आई एम सो सॉरी. मैं x की जगह 1 - x रख देता हूँ, क्योंकि x की जगह तो मैं कुछ भी रख सकता हूँ, x वेरिएबल है. So I replace x by another variable. For such functional equations, you will have to solve by replacing x in such a way that आपको यहाँ पे fx मिल जाए और यहाँ पे 1 - x मिल जाए. और इसके लिए I just put x is equal to 1 - x. इतना ही मैंने किया. 2 times f of x है, x की जगह क्या रखना है? 1 - x प्लस f of 1 - x की जगह क्या रखना है? 1 - x. एंड दिस इज इक्वल टू एक्स स्क्वायर प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर की जगह क्या रखना है? 1 - x का होल स्क्वायर. तो अब क्या मिल रहा है? 2f of 1 - x प्लस f of x, क्योंकि ये 1 और 1 कैंसिल हो गया तो बचता है x, इज इक्वल टू 1 प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 2x. ये मेरी एक इक्वेशन है, और ये मेरी पहली इक्वेशन में एज इट इज इधर उतार देता हूं. क्या है? 2 टाइम्स fx प्लस f of 1 - x is equal to x square. Now, can we say that f of 1 - x is like a variable y and fx is like variable x? And can we say that this is an equation of the form 2y plus x? Yeah, let us take two other variables, p and q. So 1 minus x, function of 1 minus x is like variable p, and function of x is like variable q. So can I write this whole equation as 2p plus q is 1 plus x square minus 2x? And I can write this as 2q plus p is equal to x square. How do you cancel? You cancel by multiplying this equation by 2 and subtracting. So if you multiply this equation by 2, you get 4q plus 2p is equal to 2x square. And now, if you subtract from the first equation, 2p, this equation is gone, and 2p cancels out. Q minus 4q will give me minus 3q. And what is q? Q is function of x, is equal to 1 plus x square minus 2x minus 2x square. So I'll get 1 minus 1 plus x square minus 2x. Sorry, I made a mistake there. 1 plus x square minus 2x square will give me minus x square and minus 2x. And q is x square plus 2x minus 1 into 1 by 3. ये माइनस साइन है तो माइनस वन से दोनों तरफ मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया तो ये 1 का माइनस 1 हो गया, माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर का प्लस एक्स स्क्वायर हो गया, माइनस 2x का प्लस 2x हो गया. अब मेरे पास फंक्शन आ गया. करेक्ट? I get, because what is q? Q is nothing but fx. Now if fx is given as 1/3 of x square plus 2x minus 1, can we not calculate the value of f20? Because f20 means wherever you have x, place 20. So 20 ka square 400 plus 40 minus 1, which is basically 439 divided by 3. Is it divisible by 3? Not divisible by 3. But this essentially is the value of f20. Now, I hope the solution is clear to you. Is the solution clear to all? Such questions have appeared in IPMAT exams. Yeah. Now try this question back. Again, what are we supposed to do? X is not equal to 0, right? Here also, I can substitute x is equal to 1 by x to solve this equation. So substitute and try, or let me solve it for you. We have the first equation. In the second equation, I will just substitute x as 1 by x. So I will write 1 by x here, plus 3 times function of 1 upon x becomes function of x is equal to 1 by x minus 1. So I get 3 times fx plus 2 times f of 1 by x is equal to 1 minus x upon x. And I also have this equation, I'll rewrite 2 times fx plus 3 times f of 1 by x is equal to x minus 1. Now, can you solve these two simultaneous equations 1 and 2? We can very easily solve the simultaneous equation 1 and 2, right? And let me not keep this as 1 minus x by x, but let me keep it as 1 by x minus 1. That way it is easy. So to solve, I will multiply the first equation by 2 and the second equation by 3. Or I'll multiply the first equation by 3 and the second equation by 2. So I'll rewrite 6 times fx plus, 9 times fx plus 6 times f1 by x is equal to 3 into 1 by x minus 1. And here I get 4 times fx plus 6 times f of 1 by x is equal to 2x minus 2. So if you solve, you'll get 5 times fx must be equal to 3 by x minus 3 minus 2x plus 2. So 5 times fx is equal to 3 by x minus 2x minus 1, and which means fx is equal to 3 by 5x minus 2 by 5, 2x by 5 minus 1 by 5. And now what are we supposed to do? To calculate f10, just put x is equal to 10. So what do you get? 3 by 50 minus 20 by 5 minus 1 by 5. Now to solve, take LCM as 50. So 3 minus 200 minus 10. Is that what we are getting? Divided by 50. Yeah, is what we should get. So we should get minus 210 plus 3 minus 207 divided by 50 as your answer. Minus 207 divided by 50 as your answer. Is the solution very clear to you? देखो, सॉल्व करने की कोशिश करो, ये सारे के सारे क्वेश्चन आसान है. अगर आपने ये 2-3 क्वेश्चन कर लिए तो आपको एक आइडिया लग जाएगा कि इस तरह के क्वेश्चन को हम कैसे अटेम्प्ट करते हैं. देखो, 2 मेथड्स आई अभी तो. कौन कौन सी? एक तो x की जगह सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है, और दूसरी मेथड क्या है? जहां पे x को 0 या 1 या ऐसा कुछ रख के देखो तो आपके आंसर निकलने लगेंगे इस तरह की इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करने के लिए. तो इसके बाद अब हम चलते हैं सीक्वेंस एंड सीरीज की तरफ. ठीक है? व्हाट इज सीक्वेंस एंड सीरीज? So basically a succession of terms according to some rule or law. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is a sequence. And series is nothing but the sum of a sequence. हमने 2 sequences देखने हैं, AP और GP. AP में क्या होता है? Every succeeding term of an AP is, it differs from the previous term by a fixed amount. For example, 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. ये एक AP है क्योंकि there is a constant difference of 2, 2, 2 and so on. Correct? 2, 5, 8, 11, 14. ये भी AP है. Why? There is a constant difference of 3 between succeeding terms. And what about the general terms of an AP? General term of an AP is A plus n minus 1 into D. Sum of n terms of an AP is n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. D can be positive, negative, or neutral. D can be positive, negative, or neutral. This is something which you need to know very well. Now, what about GP? In a GP, the ratio of 2 terms, successive terms, is going to be the same. For example, if I have A1, A2, A3, A4 as terms of GP, then ratio of 2 successive terms, A2 by A1, is the same as A4 by A3 is the same as A5 by A4 and so on. Clear? And what is the general term of a GP? AR to the power of n minus 1. What is the sum of n terms of a GP? A R to the power n minus 1. देखो, sum of a GP कैसे निकलता है? So suppose sum is, हमारे GP जो है वो 1 plus AR plus AR square plus AR cube कहाँ तक है? AR to the power n है. इसको मैं 1 बोल देता हूँ. अब 1 की पूरी इक्वेशन को मैंने R से मल्टीप्लाई किया, मुझे मिलेगा RS R, और इसको मैं ऐसे शिफ्ट कर दूँ. ये So what do we get? What do you get? You get AR square plus AR cube and so on. And the last term will be AR to the power of n plus 1. Have I made a mistake in this? No. So ARn minus 1 upon A minus 1. I think I've taken some error in this proof. Anyways, proof is not going to be a part of this. This GP is AR plus AR square plus AR cube plus AR to the power of 4 and so on till AR to the power of n minus 1. And you can have A plus, right? First term is A. Just 1 minute, please, guys. Just give me a moment. Sorry, I made a mistake here. So S is equal to, first term is A, AR, AR square and so on till AR to the power of n minus 1. And if I multiply the entire thing by R and C, this A will be multiplied with R and I'll get AR. So I'll write AR here. Then this term I will write below here, AR square. AR into this R will give me AR square and so on. The final term will be when AR to the power of n minus 1 is multiplied by R. So I'll get AR to the power of n. And if you subtract 1 from 2, what do you get? S into R minus 1. And here you will get AR to the power of n minus A. So S is equal to AR to the power of n minus A upon R minus 1, which means A into R to the power n minus 1 upon R minus 1. This is the formula for sum of n terms of a GP, right? And if there's a decreasing GP, then sum to infinite terms will be S upon A minus R. Please keep this thing in mind. So anyways, let's go back to another thing. A sequence whose successive terms differ by a fixed number is called AP. So 5, 10, 15, 20, this is an AP, correct? This fixed number is called as common difference, which we denote by D. The first term is denoted by A, the common difference is denoted by D. Now remember, for assuming, suppose a question has asked me to assume 3 terms of a GP, 3 terms of an AP. How will I assume them? I will say one term is A minus D, another is A, and the third is A plus D. It will make your life easier. If you are required to assume 5 terms of an AP, you will take A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 2. Correct? If you have to assume 7 terms of a GP, then you will start with A minus 3D and go on to A plus 3D. But remember, this is only for odd terms. For even terms, how do you assume? Suppose you have to assume 4 terms of an AP. How will you assume? A minus 3D, A minus D, A plus D, plus 3D. This is how precisely you will assume 4 terms. Got it? The terms of a sequence A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, A plus 4D, these are basically successive terms of an AP. And I have already told you these formulae. If you have not written, you can multiply. If each term of an AP is multiplied by the same common term, then the resultant series of the term is also in AP. For example, you have a series 2, 4, 6, 8. And if you multiply each term by 3, what do you get? 6, 12, 18, 24, Is the new series also an AP? Yes, the new series is also an AP, and hence you will get the next term also as an AP. The next series also as an AP. All right. Here comes the first question. I'm going to give you a minute and a half or minute to solve this question. Let us see how many of you can solve this question. Your time starts now. Those of you on YouTube who are new here, this is an IPMAT IIM Indore Higher Math Revision module. So we intend to cover all the topics subject to a maximum of 3 hours today. If I'm not able to finish in 3 hours, then I will take another session with the remaining topics on probably on Saturday or on Sunday. So we will revise all important concepts of higher maths, which includes equations, inequations, functions, logarithms. Then we will cover AP, GP. Then we'll cover determinants and matrices. We will cover coordinate geometry, and we will cover permutation, combination, and probability. All these higher maths related topics we will cover completely. Okay, Tanuj has got an answer. P is equal to 4. Very good. So this is an easy one. So if A, B, C are in AP, then what do you have? Twice of B is equal to A plus C. How? C. Successive terms, the difference is same. B minus A is C minus B. So 2B must be equal to A plus C. So this is what we will apply. This is B, this is A, and this is C. So 2 into P plus 3 is equal to P minus 1 plus 3P minus 1. So 2P plus 6 is equal to P minus 1 plus 3P minus 1. And what do you get? 4P minus 2P, 2P on the right hand side, and you get 8. So what is the value of P? P is equal to 4. Tanuj, absolutely correct. The value of P is absolutely correct. Yes, please. Let us see how many of you can solve this one. We'll start with simple questions and we'll solve some tough questions based on this concept. Those of you who are on YouTube watching us, this is a live session for IPMAT IIM Indore exam scheduled on 2nd of this month. We will revise the entire higher math section subject to a maximum of 3 hours today. So this session will go on till 6 p.m. today. And if there is anything remaining, we will cover probably tomorrow and or day after tomorrow. Okay. So natural numbers are grouped as follows. S1 is 1. S2 has 3 elements, 2, 3, 4. S3 has 4 elements, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. What might be the first element of S21? Now, this is a very interesting question. What is the first element of S1? Is 1. First element of S2 is 2. First element of S3 is 5. First element of S4 is 10. And sorry, 10. And how many number of elements will be there? S1 has 1 element, S2 has 3, S3 has 5, so S4 will have 7. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So these 7 elements. And the next set will start with 17. So can you identify a sequence here? S1 starts with 1, S2 starts with 2, S3 starts with 5, S4 starts with 10, and S5 starts with 17. What is this? This is nothing but 1 square plus 1. So the second element or the first set ended on 1 square. The second set ends on 2 square. So 4. And therefore the next element is 5. S3 ends on 3 square. That is 9. So the next element, that is S4, starts with 10. S4 ends with 4 square. So the next will start with 17. What can you say about S20? S20 will end with what? S20 will end with 20 square, that is 400. So S20 ends with 400. Therefore, the first element or the first term of S21 is 401. Have you understood this? Is this point very clear to all? Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to give you one question. The 6th term of an AP is 18, the 9th term is 12. What is the 15th term of an AP? Try to solve this question. I'm just joining you back in a couple of minutes. You can try this question. Okay, anybody has done this question? Let me see if anybody has done it on YouTube. No. The sixth term of an AP is 18. So A plus 5D is 18 because nth term is A plus n minus 1D. So sixth term will be A plus 5D. And the ninth term will be A plus 8D, which is given to you as 12. Correct? And you have to find A plus 14D. Correct? So what is the way? I'll just subtract 1 from 2. 8D minus 5D. 3D is equal to minus 6. So D is equal to minus 2. And what about A? If you put the value of D as minus 2 here, you will get the value of A as 28. What about A plus 14D? So term 15 is 28 plus 14 into minus 2, which is equal to 0. अब याद रखना, अगर pth term is Q and qth term is P, then P plus qth term is always 0. For example, if I say 7th term of an AP is 10 and 10th term of an AP is 7, and if I ask you 17th term of the AP, it will always be 0. आंख बंद करके 0 मार्क करो. बट यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं था. यहाँ पे 6th term दिया था और 9th term दिया था. 6th term is 18 and 9th term is 12. तो यहाँ पे हम सीधे आंसर नहीं कर सकते थे. We had to calculate it by this method. But suppose you are given 7th term as 10 and 10th term as 7, then 17th term has to be 0. Okay, let us look at another question. Yes, please. Okay, anybody who solved? Anybody on YouTube? Okay, Divyanshu, was that for the previous question? See, 8th term of an AP whose sum to n terms is given. Okay, very good. So sum of, you are required to find P8. And you are given Sn, that is sum to n terms, as 2n square plus n. So to find the 8th term, I'll have to take sum to 8 terms and subtract sum to 7 terms to get the value of 8th term. So what is S8? Now the question becomes easy. 8 square, 64 2s are 128, plus 8 will give me 136. And what is S7? 49 twos are 98 plus 7 is 105. So if you take the difference, it gives me 31. So what is eighth term? Eighth term is S8 minus S7, which happens to be 31 here. I hope this part is clear. Yes, Divyanshu, absolutely right. Absolutely right. Let us move to the next question. ये series पूरी attend करिए because we'll discuss a lot of interesting questions based on higher maths. So if you are an IPMAT aspirant, IPMAT 2022 aspirant, do not miss anything over here. Let's see how many of you can try this question. Okay. Now you will observe that the first term is nothing but 1 square. The second term is nothing but 2 square. Can you see that? Sum of the third term, what do you get? You should get 3 square. 5, 3, 8, 1, 9. 3 square. Is there a way to recognize the series? Yes, there is a way to recognize the series. The sum of odd numbers starting from 1 up to n terms will always be n square. This is something which you need to know. The sum of odd terms starting from 1, 1 plus 3 plus 5 and so on till n terms is going to be n square. What does it mean? Each of these brackets, so here we see 1, 3, 5 and 7. So there are 4 terms starting from 1 and 4 consecutive odd numbers starting from 1. So the sum has to be 4 square. And this goes on for 20 terms. So what are we trying to have? We are trying to have summation of 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square till what? Till 20 square. And do you know what this sum square will be? 20 square. This will be equal to, so if this were n square, this will be equal to n into n plus 1 into 2n plus 1 divided by 6. So what is the value of n here? N is 20. So 20 into 21 into 41 divided by 6, 10 and 7. So 2870 should be our answer. I hope all of you are able to follow this. And there is another formula which you should remember, 1 plus 2 plus 3 till n will be n into n plus 1 by 2. And if we take 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube and so on till n cube, we have n plus 1 by 2 the whole square. All right. Try solving this one. Those of you who are on YouTube for the first time and on our channel for the first time, this is a live session for IPMAT 2022, specifically IPMAT 2022 for IIM Indore. And we will revise the entire higher math section subject to a maximum of 3 hours today. If I'm not able to finish everything in 3 hours, then we will have another session probably tomorrow or the day after. So if you are IPMAT aspirant, please stay with me till the end of this session. We will solve many interesting questions today, and just stay with me. Okay, so I don't see anybody has given me an answer here. No, on YouTube also nobody has given me an answer. So the first thing you need to remember is, how do you assume terms of an AP? I had told you at the start that if I have to assume an odd number of terms for an AP, how do you assume? Suppose there are 3 terms. You start with A minus D, A plus D. These are 3 terms. If you have to assume 5 terms, then you start with A minus D, A plus D, A minus 2D, and A plus 2D. If the number of terms is odd. If the number of terms is even, so you start with A minus D and A plus D. If the number is 4, you say A minus 3D and A minus 5D. If the number is 6, then A minus 5D, sorry, A plus 3D here, and A minus 5D and A plus 5D. So that is how you will assume. Here, we have to assume 5 numbers of an, 5 numbers of an AP. So how do you assume? We will assume the numbers to be A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 2D. What is the sum of these terms? So A minus 2D plus A minus D plus A plus A plus D plus A plus 2D is given to us as 25. You will see that D part cancels out and the value of A comes out to be 5. So now you know that the terms are 5 minus 2D, 5 minus D, 5, 5 plus D, and 5 plus 2D. And the sum is 2520. Sorry, the product is 2520. It's given here. So this 5 cancels and you will get 504. And now if I just multiply these 2 brackets and these 2 brackets, I am going to get 5 square minus 2d whole square, that is 25 minus 4d square. And if I multiply these two brackets, I am going to get 25 minus d square, which is equal to 504. And now d square is a biquadratic. So how do you solve a biquadratic? You assume d square as some random number. Let me assume it to be x. Not number, but some random variable, which ensures that it doesn't convert into a biquadratic. So 25 minus 4x into 25 minus x is equal to 504. So which gives me 625 minus 25x minus 100x minus 125x plus 4x square is equal to 504. And what do you get here? 4x square minus 125x and 625 minus 504 is 121 is equal to 0. Can we solve for x? So 4x square minus 4x minus 121x, I have just bifurcated it into parts. So 4x into x minus 1 minus 121 into x minus 1 is equal to 0. And what do you get now? Either you will get x is equal to 1 or x is equal to 121 by 4. But we know that x is equal to d square. So it is basically d square is equal to 1 or d square is equal to 121 by 4. So d will be plus minus 1 or plus minus 11 by 2. But there is another condition given. One of these numbers is minus 1 by 2. So if d is taken as plus minus 1, the numbers can never be a fraction. So 5 minus 2d will be 3. 5 minus d will be 4, 5. So numbers will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So d cannot be plus minus 1. So I'll have to take d as 11 by 2, which means we have to find the greatest. So greatest is 5 plus 2d. So 5 plus 2d is 5 plus 11 by 2 into 2, which is 16. So 16 is the greatest number. Had I taken d as minus 1 by 2, sorry, minus 11 by 2, because we had plus minus 11 by 2, right? Then the greatest number would not have been 5 plus 2d, but 5 minus 2d, and the answer would have been the same. Minus 2 into minus 11 by 2, and you will still get 16 as your answer. I hope the solution is clear. This question is slightly complicated in terms of solving an equation, but the question is not difficult per se. Let us look at another question. Yes, try solving this question. So IPMAT 2022 aspirants, this session is absolutely for you, especially if you're applying and writing IIM Indore IPMAT exam on the 2nd of July. So today I'm going to continue this session till 6 p.m. And if I'm not able to complete all the topics, then I will take another session either tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Just keep in touch with our channel, Pathfinder for Me. If you've not subscribed, subscribe to it, and you will get an intimation soon. Anyone who has been able to solve this question? Okay. So anybody who has got an answer for this question? I don't see anyone has got an answer to this question, but you know, yahan pe, if you look at this series is not a straightforward AP. AP nahi hai series. This series is made up of two APs, 3 plus 5, 8 plus 5, 13 plus 5, 18, and the other is 4 plus 5, 9 plus 5, 14, and so on. So there are two different APs here. But one more thing happens here in this question. Instead of creating or converting this into two APs, I just add terms 1 and 2, term 3 and 4, term 5 and 6, and so on. So if I add 3 plus 4, I get a 7. If I add 8 plus 9, I'll get a 17. If I add 13 plus 14, I am going to get a 37, 27, and so on. Now, since I have added two terms and there were 40 terms in this series, our new series should have only 20 terms. And 20 terms whose first term is going to be A, and common difference is 17 minus 7. 17 minus 7, that is 10. And you have to calculate the sum up to 20 terms. What is the formula for sum? N by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1d. So 20 by 2 into 2a, 2 into 7, plus 20 minus 1 is 19, d is 10. And what do you get? 14 plus 190. 14 plus 190 is 204. So 204 into 20 by 2, which gives you 102 into 20. Now look at the question. If your sum is equal to 102m, equate this with 102m. अब equate करने पे 102 अलग हो गया. So what should be the value of m? M must be equal to 20, which is your answer. So see, the question as such is not very difficult. The question is in fact quite simple. The only thing is you had to convert these two different series into a single series and then solve. I hope you were able to understand how to solve this question. Let us go to the next question. Okay, this is interesting. Let us see how many of you can solve. Yeah, Divyanshu, absolutely correct. Gap of 5, there are two series, no questions about it. Okay. So, okay, Lavanya says 14. Lavanya, you're right. But before I solve this question, I want to know how to find how many terms are there in this series, right? So you know that one series has a common difference equals to 4. इस series का common difference क्या है? This series has a common difference of 7. And I can write this series as 3, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23, 27, and so on till 407. This is series 1. ऐसे ही I can take series 2 and write the numbers as 2, 9, 16, 23, and so on till 905. You are asked how many terms are common to both the sequences. Now, common terms, because first sequence has numbers only till 407. So all common terms will lie less than equal to 407. But whenever such a question appears, what are you required to do? The first thing is, what will be the common difference? What will be the common difference of series which is made by the common terms? So the common terms, they will also appear in the form of a series, number 1. But what will be the common difference of the series that is made out of these common terms? So suppose the common difference here is 4, and the second common difference is 7. So the common difference of series which is made by common terms will be LCM of 4, 7. That is 28. So you can write the nth term as A plus n minus 1d. And since d is 28, I can write it as A plus n minus 1 into 28. Correct? What is A? A is the first term. So first term must be the first common term. Now, if you look at series S1 and S2, by observation, you will find that first common term in the two series is 23. So I can write the new series Tn as 23 plus n minus 1 into 28. And I have to see how many terms are there less than equal to 407. 407 will be the largest. So what should I do? I will solve n minus 1 into 28 less than equal to, so 404 and 384. So n minus 1 must be less than equal to 384 by 28, or n must be less than equal to 384 upon 28 plus 1. Now see, number of terms cannot be a fraction. So what you need to do is you need to take the integer value of 384 by 28. And what is the integer value of 384 by 28? Is it divisible by 14? 14 to 0, 28? No, it is divisible by 7. Yes. No, it's not divisible by 7 either. Divisible by 4. 4 9s are 36. And 4 6 are 24. So the integer value is 13 for 96 by 7. So n must be less than equal to 13 plus 1, which is 14. So what is the number of common terms in both these series? The number of common terms in both these series is going to be 14. Now there is a similar question. Now suppose I ask you, how many 3-digit numbers are divisible by 7? How do you solve it? You look at the first 3-digit number divisible by 7. you will look at the last three-digit number divisible by 7 and then apply the formula for number of terms. In this case, by observation, you know that the first three-digit number divisible by 7 is 102. The last three-digit number divisible by 7 is 994. So, and the common difference will be C, 7, because we are looking at numbers, we are looking at terms which are divisible by 7. So what will we do? Last term is 994, which is equal to 102 plus n minus 1 into 7. Subtract, you're going to get 892 upon 7 is n minus 1, and 7 12s are 84, 7 7s are 49, is equal to n minus 1. I have only taken the integer value here. I am only interested in the integer value. Look, number of terms can only be an integer. It can't be anything else. Correct? Number of terms. Have I made a mistake somewhere? 102. Just one moment. 105. I made a mistake here, please. Please rectify it. The first term divisible by 7 and three-digit number is 105 and not 102. So that will give me 9, 8, and 8. So 889 is equal to n minus 1 into 7. N minus 1 is 7 12s are 84, 7 7s are 49. N is equal to 128. This is one way of solving it. Another way of solving it is 999 is the highest three-digit number, 100 is the lowest three-digit number. So just take the integer value of 999 divided by 7 and the integer value of 100 divided by 7. What is the integer value of 100 divided by 7? 14. What is the integer value of 999 divided by 7? 7. 7 14s are 98, 7 2s are 14. Now 142 minus 14 will also give me the same number. These are the number of numbers, three-digit numbers that are divisible by 7. I hope this point is absolutely clear. Is it clear to all? Is it clear to all? Yeah. Okay, this is another interesting question. Let us see if you can approach this question. Your time starts now. Anybody who has solved this question? करो करो कोशिश करो यार, सॉल्व होगा ये. All right. So you have a right angle triangle. So hypotenuse is the largest side. And since the three sides are given in an AP, तो थ्री साइड्स अज्यूम करना है जो एपी में, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए? ए, ये हो गया ए माइनस डी, और एक हो गया ए प्लस डी. Now which is the largest? A plus D must be largest, which must be your hypotenuse. And you can take anyone as A or A minus D, it won't matter. The only thing you have to be careful about is which side do you take as the largest side. अब आपकी इक्वेशन क्या है? हाफ into base into altitude is equal to 24. So A into A minus D is equal to 48. ये पहली इक्वेशन है, और मेरा आंसर तो इसी से आ जाएगा क्योंकि 8 6 are 48. So if the three sides of a triangle are all integers, integral sides, then this must be 8 and this must be 6, which will make D as 2. ये मेरा अंदाज है. ऑप्शन होते तो शायद मैं अंदाज से ही सॉल्व करता. I would have solved by applying the options. But right now I have another rule. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of the perpendicular square and side square. So A square plus 2D plus D square is equal to A square minus 2D plus D square plus A square. D square cancel. So what do you have? A square is equal to 4D. ये मुझे मिल गया, करेक्ट. तो A is equal to प्लस माइनस अंडर रूट ऑफ 2 अंडर रूट D, ये आ जाएगा. And now what do I need to do? I can solve for A. 2 under root D into 2 under root D minus D is equal to 48. Yes. Can you solve this equation and get the value of D? You should get D as 2 and you should get the biggest side as 8, which I had already solved by having a look at this particular equation. Okay, I hope that part is clear. Everybody has understood this? All right. Next question. Try solving this one. अभी हमने इसी तरह का एक क्वेश्चन किया था. If you are appearing for IPMAT 2022, especially I am Indore IPMAT, this session is definitely for you. Stay with me till the end of the session because we will solve some amazing questions on higher maths. And we'll take a 5-minute break after this session. I forgot to give you the break. गरम करोगे? हाँ. Anybody who's able to solve this one? अभी हमने इसी तरह का एक क्वेश्चन किया था, थोड़ा सा अलग था वो क्वेश्चन, है ना? Okay. So anyone who's done this? Anyone on YouTube? No, I don't think so. So once again, this series, what is the common difference? Because we are looking at the first 20 common terms and the sum of first 20 common terms. So for that, we need to find out the AP of common terms. And what do we need for this AP? We need the first term and we need the common difference. Now, whenever we have to look at the series made up of common terms, we will look at the first common difference, which is 4, and we will look at the second common difference, which is 5. And what is the common difference of these common terms? It will be LCM of 4 and 5, which is 20. All right. So this will be the common difference of the new series. But now, what is my first term? So let me just observe here. The first series is 3, 7, 11, 4 का difference है, 15, 19, 23, 27, and so on. The second series is 1, 6, 5, 11, 5, 16, 5, 21, 5, 26, 5, 31, 5, 36, 5, 41, and this will be, the next term will be 31. So which is the first common term? The first common term A is 31. Now you have a series whose first term is 31, that is A is 31, and the common difference of the common term series is 20. Now what are you required to do? Sum to n terms is n by 2, so 20 by 2 into 2a, that is 2 into 31, that is 62, plus n minus 1, so 20 terms, so 19 times d. What is d? 20. And what do you get? 10 into 60 plus 62 plus 380, that will be 380 plus 62 is 442. Have I made a mistake somewhere? Oh, the first term actually is 11 and not 31. So I made a mistake in taking the first term, please. So this should be 2a, that is 2 into 22. So now what do you have? 19 to the 380 plus 22, that is 402. And 402 into 10 will give you 4020 as the answer. I hope this part is absolutely clear. So with this, let us take a 7-minute break. It's 4:53 right now. Let us assemble in exactly 7 minutes for the next question. Your break time starts now. Kashish, Lavanya, आप लोग भी, you can also take a break for 7 minutes, huh? Lavanya, Kashish, both of you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So give me a thumbs up if you want, if we can continue now. Just give me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up if we can continue. Yeah. So for all those who are there on YouTube, we are doing this live for IPMAT 2022 aspirants. Basically, those of you who are writing the IPMAT IIM Indore exam, we will revise basics of higher maths, and we will solve some questions which are very similar to the kind of questions which have been appearing in the IPMAT exams. Now, let us move on to geometric progression. So, are you all here now? Can we start? Can we start now? Just give me an indication if we can start. Yeah. So the general term of a GP is AR to the power n minus 1. Sum to n terms A R to the power of n minus 1 upon R minus 1. And sum to infinity for a decreasing GP is A upon 1 minus R. Correct? Solve this question. Just 1 minute. So the terms of GP can be AR, AR square, and so on. So this is the first term, this is the second term, which is the third term, and so on. Now suppose I give you the ratio of fourth term and the first term. So basically, what have I given you? I have given you the ratio of AR cube upon A. So I have given you the value of R cube. This is one thing which you need to remember while solving such questions. You have 1 minute to approach this question. Try solving. I'm sure most of you will be able to solve. और देखो एग्जाम में बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं आएंगे. एग्जाम विल बी बेसिक्स, विल बी टेस्टिंग यू ऑन बेसिक्स. IPMAT is not a test JEE. It's not going to be very tough on maths. It's going to test you on a simple understanding of a concept. So if you understand a concept well, you will be able to solve those questions. If you do not understand, it will be difficult for you to solve the questions. And that is why we are solving questions which are of almost the similar difficulty level that appear in the IPMAT exam. And higher math questions. And I don't think I will be able to complete because it's already 5:05 and we have 1 more hour. So probably after this, we can take logarithm. Probably I can start permutation and combination. And then we will continue the same tomorrow. I think I'll have to break it into 2 parts. So in a GP, the ratio of fifth and the third term, so T5 and T3, this ratio is given to be 25. So basically, you have been given the value of AR to the power of 4 upon AR to the power of 2. So you have been given the value indirectly of R, which is plus minus 5. What is the ratio of T12 upon T8? So we want the ratio of AR to the power of 11 upon AR to the power of 7. So basically, we want R to the power of 4. So R plus 5 or R minus 5 doesn't matter. 5 to the power of 4 will be 625. So what is the required ratio? The required ratio here will be 625. I hope that part is clear. This is an interesting question. Let's see how many of you can approach this. 2 minutes. Try solving this question. Okay. So anybody on Zoom who's attending this on Zoom, I don't see them. And on YouTube also, I don't see any answers to this question. All right. See, first thing is if there are three terms in GP. So can we say that B upon A is equal to C upon B, which means B square must be equal to AC. So if three terms are in GP, then this must be this must be true. And I should have taken actually X, Y, and Z. So if X comma Y comma Z are in GP, then Y square is equal to X multiplied by Z. Why? Because Y upon X, and let me do that here for you, because Y upon X is equal to Z upon Y. So which means Y square is equal to X times Z, right? Now what happens here? Here, the first term is X, this is Y, and this is Z. So you have A square is equal to X multiplied by Z. So A square, and instead of XZ, what will we have? B by 16, 1 by 16 into B. So 16A square is equal to B. That's the value of B. And similarly, if three terms are in AP, what do you have? So if A comma B comma C or X comma Y comma Z are in AP, we know that the middle term 2Y must be equal to the sum of terms at the extreme, correct? So in this case, this is X, this is Y, this is Z. So you have 2 upon B is equal to 1 by A plus 6. But what is the value of B? B is 16A square. So I write instead of B, 16A square is equal to 1 upon A plus 6. If I multiply the whole equation by 16 times A square, or let me reduce this. If I multiply the whole equation by 8A square, I'll get 1 on the left hand side. 8A square upon A will give me 8 times A, and 8A square into 6 will give me 48A square. Yeah. So now you get 48A square plus 8A minus 1 is equal to 0, right? And how can you break this? You can break these as 48A square plus 12A minus 8A minus 1 is equal to 0. And now what do you get? You take 12A common, you will get 4A plus 1. You take minus 1 common, sorry, you take, I'll have 4A here, sorry, please make this correction, plus 12A minus 4A, because we need plus 8A. So I'll take minus 1 common, I'll get 4A plus 1 is equal to 0. So 4A plus 1 into 12A minus 1 is equal to 0. A is equal to minus 1 by 4, or A is equal to 1 by 12. But you are told that A and B are both positive in the question. So I'll simply ignore this value, minus 1 by 4, and I'll consider A as 1 by 12, right? So I have obtained the value of A. What about B? B is 16A square. So B is 16 times A square. So B is equal to 1 by 9. And now what do you need? You want to calculate the value of 72 into A plus B. So 72 into 1 by 12 plus 1 by 9. So 72, 36 must be the LCM. So 3 plus 4, 7 by 36. So I'll get this value as 14. So what is my answer? Answer must be equal to 14. I hope all of you have understood how to solve this question. I really hope so. Have you understood? Give me a thumbs up if you've understood how to solve the question. Yeah. Next, try solving this one. This should be easy. Let's see. Okay. Anyone who's got the answer to this question? Anyone? थक गया हो लग रहा है. Chalo, let us solve this question. See, the first, it's not B. I'm sorry. Should not be B. First is 2 to the power 1 by 4. The second is 2 square to the power of 1 by 16. The third is 2 cube to the power of 1 by 48, and so on till infinity. Right? So what do you get here? You get 2 to the power 1 by 4. Now you know that a to the power b whole to the power c must be a to the power b multiplied by c. So here 2 square whole to the power 1 by 16 must be 2 to the power 1 by 8. Similarly, 2 cube to the power of 1 by 8 is 2 to the power of 3 into 1 by 48. So 1 by 16, and so on till infinity. Immediately you should know that a to the power of x into a to the power of y into a to the power of z can be written as a to the power of x plus y plus z. So I can write this as 2 to the power of 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16 and so on. And what is this? This is a decreasing GP with R as 1 by 8 upon 1 by 4. That is, the value of the common ratio is 1 by 2. And since it's an infinitely decreasing GP, the sum of an infinitely decreasing GP, I have told you, is A upon 1 minus R. What is A? 1 by 4. What is 1 minus R? 1 minus 1 by 2. I can write that as 1 by 2 itself. So what do you get? Half. So 2 to the power of half is nothing but square root of 2. I hope you have understood how to solve this question. Have you understood this, please? If you understood, give me an indication. Give me an indication if you understood this. भाई समझ में नहीं आया तो क्वेश्चन पूछ लो, उसमें क्या है, मना ही थोड़ी है क्वेश्चन पूछना। और समझ में आ गया तो एक ठेंगा दिखा दो मुझे जल्दी से। या थैंक यू। Let us look at another question. Okay, let us not go to these questions today. Let us have a look at logarithms. Now, what is logarithm? Suppose I have a to the power b is equal to c. Then log of c to the base a must be b. How do you write that? If 2 cube is equal to 8, then log of 8 to the base 2 is equal to 3. So your base here is also the base of the log. This becomes your number. So suppose I want to find out a to the power b is equal to n. So log of n to the base a is b. So before I go any further with logarithms, I want you to try out these questions. Log of, okay, how many of you can convert 5 to the power 4 is equal to 625 into logs? Can you convert this? Anyone? Anyone on YouTube? Anyone anywhere else? 5 to the power 4. Lavanya, would you like to try? What do you write this as? See, this is your number. You have to take the log of this number. So log of 625. And the number to the power of which you have raised becomes your base. So to the base 5 is equal to 4. Without understanding this, you cannot understand anything in logarithms. And that is why I'll spend 2 more minutes on this. 2 to the power 6 is equal to 64. Can anyone convert this into a logarithm? Anyone?
So log of 2 to the power 60. No, log of 2 and then we have 64 equals to 6.
You have to take the log of this number. Log of 64 to the base of 2 is equal to 6.
64.
3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. So convert this into a log
So
of
log of 81 to the base 3 equals to 4.
right? So this is the first thing you need to understand as far as log is concerned. So how will you convert this into log? How will you convert this into log? Anyone? Okay, I don't see anybody on YouTube doing that.
So log of z to the base y equals to x.
See, y is the index, the power. So it never becomes base. Base is this number, x.
Yes, sir.
So a square to the power of b cube is equal to z to the power of 4. Lavanya, how will you convert this?
So log of 3 to the power 4.
It is z, not 3.
Oh,
Z to the power of 4.
Z to the power 4
Hmm.
to the base a square equals to b cube.
I hope this part is clear to you. Off and on, there are questions of logarithms in IPMAT exam. Off and on. Now, remember there are some properties. log of a to the base a is 1. Second, log of a to the power n to the base a is equal to n. Third, log of a to the power m to the base a to the power n is equal to m upon n. Fourth, log of a to the base b plus log of c to the base b is equal to log of ac to the base b. 5, log of a to the base b minus log of c to the base b is equal to log of a upon c to the base b. These are almost the fundamental properties of logarithm. Then log of a to the base b can be written as log of a to the base c upon log of b to the base c. Okay. And remember, log of a to the base b is 1 upon log of b to the base a. So which means log of a to the base b into log of b to the base a is 1. These are properties which you should remember by heart. These are the bare minimum. There are others, but this is something which is bare minimum. इतना तो याद होना ही चाहिए. कोई भी एग्जाम अगर आपको देना है जिसमें लॉगरिथम के क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं, तो हम लॉगरिथम्स पे ही शायद एंड करेंगे या परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन की शुरुआत करके एंड करेंगे. इवैल्यूएट दिस log of 27 to the base 9 and log of 9 to the base 27. Anyone who can evaluate this? Try evaluating this. यहाँ पे प्रॉपर्टी एक बार फिर से लिख देता हूं मैं. Log of a to the power m to the base a to the power n is equal to m upon a log a to the base a, which is nothing but n upon n. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Try. All right. So anyone who has been able to answer that? किसी ने आंसर किया इसको? Okay, Pushpa says 5 by 6. Let's see. See, I can write this as log of 3 cube to the base 3 square minus log of 3 square to the base 3 cube, right? And we have seen here log of a to the power m to the base a to the power n is nothing but m upon n. So this will become 3 by 2 and this will become 2 by 3. So 9 minus 4 by 6, which will be 5 by 6. Absolutely right, Pushpa. Next question. Try solving this one. Okay, Lavanya also got this. So for all the newcomers on YouTube, this is a class for IPMAT exam 2022. We are revising higher maths. And as I told, today we have a deadline at 6 p.m. Whatever I can cover till 6 p.m. I will cover. The rest we will cover it tomorrow and day after tomorrow. So all the topics of higher maths will be covered. Okay, so Pushpa has got an answer to y by 3. Anybody else who has an answer? Okay, let's see. So log of x to the base 10 is given as y. Now suppose I have log of x to the base 10 cube, because here I have 1000, right? So this can be expanded as 1 by 3 times log of x to the base 10, which is 1 by 3 times y. But I don't have this much only. I have log of x square to the base 10 cube, right? So which means it will be 2 by 3 times log of x to the base 10. And log of x to the base 10 is already given to be y. So your answer must be 2 by 3 y. Absolutely right. Very good. So let's go to the next one, please. Try solving this one. Okay. So we have log of 28 to the base of 49. And we have the value of log 2 to the base 7. So how do you deal with it? Let's first of all convert it into base 7. So I can write it as log of 28 to the base 7 square. And what do I write this as? Half log 28 to the base 7. The next thing I can do is I can write 28 as 4 plus, sorry, not plus, 4 into 7 to the base 7, which is nothing but log of 4. 4 can be written as 2 square to the base 7 plus log of 7 to the base 7. Yeah. So I can write this as log of 2 square to the base 7 as 2 log 2 to the base 7 plus log 7 to the base 7 is 1. And what is the value of log of 2 to the base 7? It's already given to be m. So I have half into 2m plus 1, which is nothing but 2m plus 1 divided by 2. Option B is absolutely right. Have you understood how to solve this question? समझ में आ गया तो एक thumbs up दे दो भाई. चलो. So determinants and matrices, if I start now, I will again have to start tomorrow, because determinants and matrices is a topic like that only. So instead of that, let us look at one other topic, a part of another topic. We can do fundamental principle of counting right now. So what is fundamental principle of counting? If there are n jobs or n tasks, which are the n tasks? T1, T2, T3, and so on till 10. And all the jobs are mandatory. The total number of ways to complete all the jobs from T1 to Tn, mind you, all the jobs from T1 to Tn is equal to T1 multiplied by T2 multiplied by T3 and so on till Tn. And if only one of the jobs is required to be done, so there are Tn, T1, T2, T3, there are n jobs. Number of ways to do all jobs is T1 into T2 into T3 and so on till Tn. Number of ways to do one job alone is the sum of all these T1 plus T2 plus T3 and so on till Tn. So let's look at one question here. The question is, a man, just a moment, man has 4 shirts, 5 trousers, and 6 shoes. If wearing shoes are optional, wearing shoes is optional, in how many ways can he dress? This is your first question. Wearing shoes is optional. Man has 4 trousers, 4 shirts, 5 trousers, and 6 shoes. But wearing shoes is optional. You have to tell me in how many ways can he dress himself. I cannot give you more than 30 seconds for this question. Yeah. Anyone who can solve this question? Okay, see. How many tasks does he have? He has to wear shirts. Task 1, shirts. What about task 2? Trousers. What about task 3? Wearing shoes. And wearing shoes is optional. Now, how many shirts does he have? 4 shirts, trousers 5, and shoes 6. In how many ways can he choose a shirt? Since there are 4 shirts, he can choose the shirts in 4 ways. Since there are 5 trousers, he can choose the trousers in 5 ways. And there are 6 shoes, but shoes is optional. So he can decide to wear any of the 6 shoes, or he may decide not to wear a shoe. So the number of ways to select the shoe is actually 7 and not 6. So what is your answer? 4 5s are 20 into 7, 140. So in how many ways can he dress himself up? The correct answer here will be 140. Okay, let's see if you can solve. A similar question. There is an exam. Section 1 has 5 questions with 3 options each. Section 2, okay, wait, not 3 options. Let's forget about 5 options. Section 2 has 6 questions and section 3 has 2 questions. He has to attempt 1 question from section 1, 1 question from section 2, and section 3 is optional. He may or may not attempt at all. And he can attempt any number of questions. In how many ways can he, how many different ways can he write his exam? Again, half a minute, not more than half a minute. In how many different ways can he write his exam? Not more than half a minute. Anyone? So how many tasks are there? So your task is attempting section 1, first task. The second task is attempting section 2. And the third task is attempting section 3. And see, he has 5 questions, so he can attempt section 1 in 5 ways. He can attempt section 2 in 6 ways. And section 3 has 2 questions. So what can he do? Section 3 has 2 questions. What all can he do? So he can either attempt 1 question, or he can attempt both the questions, or he can attempt 0 questions because this is optional. So you can attempt them in 3 ways. So in how many ways can you attempt these 3 sections? 33s are 90 ways. Is the solution clear to all? The last 2 questions, we are already reached at the last 2 questions for today. After fundamental principle of time, I don't think I will start a new topic, because if I start one, I will have to again restart tomorrow. Next, suppose an exam has 10 true or false type of questions. In how many ways can you attempt these 10 true or false type questions? What is your answer? 10 true or false type questions. In how many ways can you attempt these questions? Now see, I have not given you that questions are compulsory. You can attempt any question from 1 to 10. You can also attempt 0 questions. Correct? So each question can be attempted as true or false or not attempted. Correct? Either you will mark every question as true or false, or you may not attempt. So in how many ways can you attempt any question? 3 ways. And there are 10 questions, so 3 to the power 10. The correct answer here is 3 to the power 10. Last question for today. Okay, let me give this question as a homework. Okay, let me give this question as a homework. A man has 4 trousers, 5 shirts and 6 shoes. In how many ways can he dress himself if the red trouser is not to be worn with the pink shirt? The red trouser is not to be worn with the pink shirt. This is your homework question. In fact, if you get an answer, you can just put your answer in the comment box below this particular video. And I think I'll end the session today. It's 5:44. We will have this session. We'll continue this session tomorrow. Tomorrow at around 2:30, we will continue this session. And tomorrow we will cover matrices, determinants, and trigonometry, two other very important topics from the perspective of IPMAT of IIM Indore. And we will cover all properties. So it will be a solid revision. Anybody who wishes to revise these topics of higher maths from the perspective of IPMAT IIM Indore, you should definitely attempt the session. That's all from me here today. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining us.